Most of you have been asking me, Victor, where does my money grow faster? Is it on stocks or is it on real estate? Now, today we'll be looking at return on investments in real estate versus in stocks. My name is Victor Jackson and I am here to help you secure wealth for the sake of your future. So, when we talk about return on investment, this is the amount of money that accrues once you make your investment. What do I get in return once I make a particular investment? That is what we are talking about when we talk about return on investment. Now, return on investment in real estate, these are stable, tangible, and long-term type of investment. Because when you talk about real estate, this is more stable, this is tangible, and this is long-term. Because if you are investing in land, definitely you can see the land. Definitely you know that the land does not depreciate. Land always appreciates, and definitely you know that this is not something you are doing for the sake of today. You are doing for the sake of, tomorrow. It's something that you are doing for a long-term investment so that you can get again good kind of returns in the near future. Now, real estate investment is known for steady appreciation over time, especially in Kenya. Kenya's growing towns like Matu, like Nakuru, like Kisumu, you get very steady appreciation because land investment over time has been known to always appreciate. Okay, so typically the return on investment per year on land is around 8% to around 15% per year. Even sometimes it goes up to 20%, depending again on the development that is happening on that area. It might be so rapid that at some time this percentage is scrapped off in that area because the investment is so high. And what makes, the developments are so high. And what makes the development to be so high? It's because number one, people are building at a very high rate. People are settling at a very high rate. There are recreational centers there that are making the place grow rapidly. So the return on investment again is very, very high in such kind of areas. Now, land value doubles in 5 to 10 years depending on the location, depending on the infrastructure, and depending on the development. So after every 5 or 10 years, be assured, because the development will be so high, that means that there will be a doubling of the land value. So if you bought a land today at 99,000, after 5 years, that land will be worth 200 to 300,000. Which is a good deal, basically. Real estate isn't about quick profits. It's about building wealth over time. When you buy land, you are securing a piece of the future. So, when we talk about investing in lands, investing in real estate, kununua shamba, we are talking about creating wealth over a period of time. This is not just investing, this is not just anything else, but you are creating wealth. So anybody who invests in real estate, you are a wealth creator. You should, ring a kidogo because you are a wealth creator, and in the near future, you will be a wealthy person. So return on investment in stocks. Now, stocks are quite volatile. Stocks are high risk and they have high rewards. Stocks can yield incredible returns, but they come with greater risk. They come with greater risk. Why? It's because the stocks market fluctuates over time, okay? It fluctuates. Today, the returns may be so high, maybe at, let's say, 15%. Tomorrow, they may be as low as 7%. So basically, it fluctuates. And the returns can vary widely. They can vary widely depending on market trends, depending on the economic conditions, and also individual stock performance. Okay? So the typical return on investment on stocks can be between 5% to 20%. Remember, in real estate, we said that it keeps on appreciating, it keeps on increasing in value. But when we come to stocks, there is the element of the profits, varying. Today they might be at 5%, tomorrow they might be at 20%, okay? per year. That is per year. Stocks are like riding on a roller coaster. When you're not a roller coaster, it's that thing that goes up, then comes down, then goes up again, then comes down. Now, stocks are like riding on a roller coaster. Exciting, but not always stable. Because when you're on a roller coaster, unapanda juu ama unapanda juu unafurahi, ukipanda juu ukishuka chini is not exciting. They are great if you have the right knowledge and risk tolerance, but land is safer. So what do I want to tell you? Land is safer. Land is safer because your money keeps on appreciating. It never depreciates, okay? So, the power of leverage in real estate. In real estate, you can leverage your investment. Use mortgages, use loans to increase the value of your property. This means you can invest in a larger property without having all the capital upfront. This is now the upper hand that you have. Remember in our previous video, we talked about the difference between company financing, SACCO financing, and bank financing. Now, when it comes to real estate and buying land, you don't really need to have the whole amount on check. You can have part of it and then pay the rest in installments. That is when the company has offered the financing option, or you can even get a loan and facilitate the buying of land. But when it comes to stocks, you need to have that particular amount of money. You need to have it, the whole of it. You need to have it, okay? Stocks, you can borrow money for stocks, but the risk is much high, so you may not have the right upper hand for you to pay back the loan, okay? Yeah, so when you buy land, you are not just investing your money, but you are leveraging the bank's money to make more money. So anytime you are investing in lands, you are using your money, or you are using the loan that you have taken to make more money. So basically, investing in real estate is an ideology of making more money. It's an ideology of building wealth over time, okay? So, let's talk about predictability and stability of real estate. Real estate provides predictable returns. Over time, land prices tend to increase due to demand, due to population growth, and due to development in those projects, okay? So, real estate provides, the returns can be predicted, because if a place is growing, then you can definitely say, anyway, this place, I can sell it at this price. This place, I have a high level of income, okay? So for example, if you buy a land in Nakuru, you are very sure of consistent growth, because this is a city, and cities grow really, really fast. When you buy a land in Kisumu, this is a city. When you buy a land in Malindi, this is a place where tourism is taking the peak. So basically, the growth is consistent, okay? The growth is consistent, and there is a tendency of high level of urbanization. And because of urbanization, then the trend increases so highly, okay? Then the trend increases so highly, and therefore you are assured of making greater returns. And therefore, as I have said, you can easily predict on the returns of real estate, because it's something you can see. If the place is growing, you can see it's growing. If it's developing, you can see it's developing. So you can easily predict about the returns. When you talk about stocks, however, you can they are highly unpredictable. Stocks cannot be predicted, because today the market is at 20%, tomorrow the market is at 5%, the other day is at 14%, the other day is at, So you cannot predict when it comes to stocks, okay? When it comes to stocks. With land, there is less volatility compared to stocks, okay? With lands, there is less volatility compared to stocks, meaning you are more likely to see consistent returns in lands than in stocks, okay? So, as we come to an end of this particular topic, I want us to look at something we call diversification, okay? With real estate, it gives you solid foundation for building wealth. Stocks are often used for short-term gains and to diversify investment portfolio. So if you feel you have the money, if you feel you have the wealth, you can diversify by investing in stocks and at the same time investing in lands. But remember, lands or real estate will give you a solid foundation for building wealth. But stocks are often for short-term gains and to diversify on investment portfolio, okay? Real estate typically requires larger upfront investment, but land can yield returns for decades, okay? So you may say that maybe in stocks I only require 100,000, but when it comes to land, I require 400,000. But this is what I would love to tell you, that when it comes to real estate, yes, it may require 400,000, it may require 1 million, but this is what I'm telling you, the land will yield returns for decades. There is no day that you will say, my land has depreciated. You will always say, the land that I bought has appreciated. With stocks, you can buy shares, but relatively low prices, and have liquidity at any time. So that is again with stocks. But both real estate and stocks can work together. Land provides stability while stocks offer faster growth opportunities, okay? So basically, having told you all that, the choice is yours. You want to diversify? You can do the both of them. You want to invest in something that will build wealth for you over time? Then lands is the best way to go, okay? And I can tell you for free, there is no wealthy man, there is no rich man that is called rich and doesn't have an asset called land. Think about it and then make a solid decision. See you